Hello everyone, today we'll be taking up the topic of cytokines. In fact, whenever you study the pathogenesis of maximum number of diseases, you do interact with the concept of cytokines. In fact, I can say that cytokines form the basis of the entire pathology basics. Now to start with, what exactly do you mean by the term cytokine? As the name suggests, cyto means cell and kines mean movement. So these are the protein molecules synthesized by certain cell types, okay, so that they can modulate the action of the other cells, right? So cells will secrete these protein molecules and result in the modulation or the activation, in fact movement of certain type of the cell. To start with, important points about cytokines. Cytokines are the protein molecules. It is very important to understand that they are proteinaceous in nature and thus they cannot penetrate into the lipid membrane of the cell. They are protein molecules, right? They are the messengers which are produced by number of type of the cells, but three important cells which are responsible for the production of cytokines are macrophages, T cells, or you can say lymphocytes, and dendritic cells, right? So in fact these are the lymphocytes. So these are the three main sources of cytokines, and once produced, these cytokines can affect multiple cell types, right? So can I say that these cytokines have pleiotropic action? They can have effect on many cells, they can produce action on many cells, yes. And same cytokine can be produced by different cells also. One cytokine can act on different cells as well as same cytokine can be produced by different cells, right? Okay, so we'll see next cytokine family. Now it is very important to remember that there are 5 subsets of cytokines. Why? Because students sometimes do get confused in between chemokine and cytokine, that what are chemokine, what are cytokines. So let me tell you that chemokines are the subset of cytokines, right? Chemokines are a type of cytokine only. In fact, 5 categories you have to remember: interleukin family, interferon, tumor necrosis factor, chemokines, and hematopoetic cytokines. These are the 5 subsets of cytokines you need to remember: interleukin, interferon, tumor necrosis factors, chemokines, and fifth one will be hematopoetic cytokines, right? Next, we will see with help of this single diagram, you can remember the function of many cytokines. How? Let me tell you that as soon as any foreign agent enters your body, we have already studied in the pathogenesis of tuberculosis that once this tuberculosis bacteria is recognized by the alveolar macrophages, these will present the antigen to the T cells and result in the activation and in fact differentiation of these T cells into number of T helper cells, right? In case of tuberculosis, I told you the important role of Th1 subset of T helper cells. So this antigen presenting cell will present this antigen to the T cells. They are naive, but once activated with the help of antigen presentation, how will they present the antigen? Let me tell you, these are the cytokines synthesized by these macrophages or antigen presenting cells like dendritic cells. These will release the cytokines and ask the T cells to get activated and recognize these antigens. These T cells, once are able to recognize, they will further release certain cytokines. For example, they will release interferon gamma, and in the next slide we will see that this interferon gamma will allow the monocytes to recruit from the tissues to the circulation and get accumulated in the form of macrophages, which later results in the formation of a granuloma. So you understand how alveolar macrophages, once is able to recognize, they will secrete cytokines and ask the T cells to get activated. This T cell will also release large number of cytokines. For example, it also releases interleukin 2, which allows the proliferation of the surviving T cells, right? It will also release interferon gamma, which will help in the formation of granuloma. So these cytokines play the main role which help in communication in between one cell and the other. Similar to a way that I told you that suppose the watchman sitting at your security gate, once recognizes the thief, will have to call the police also, so that the police can come to the site of the action and kill the foreign agent. Okay, so there the phone call is very similar to the cytokine molecules, which are acting as messengers and helping the other cells to get activated and modulate their function. So I hope you understand that what exactly are cytokines. These are the messenger molecules which provide message from one cell to another that, see, a foreign agent has invaded into our body, you should get activated, and you release your molecules further so that our body is able to evade this foreign agent. So you have to remember these three subsets. With the help of this diagram only you can remember that the cytokines which are able to induce this subset is interleukin 12, secreted by the macrophages, in fact alveolar macrophages in case of tuberculosis bacteria. These T cells, once get activated, will release certain cytokine, for example interferon gamma, which is another subset of cytokines only, and help in the formation of a granuloma, right? So one is Th1 subset. Next you have to remember Th2 subset. What are the cytokines produced by the activation of this Th2 subset? It is interleukin 4, 5 and 13, right? Next is Th17, which will release certain cytokines. Most important is interleukin 17 and interleukin 22, which will help in the recruitment of neutrophils and monocytes. So you can remember most important Th1 subset, the cytokines which induce the subset, and the cytokines produced by the activated T helper cells, right? So we will see that I told you this alveolar macrophage or an antigen presenting cell will present the antigen. In this case we discuss, suppose Mycobacterium tuberculosis, to these T cells which get activated, they will further release certain cytokines like TNF, interleukin 2, which will cause stimulation and proliferation of the surviving T cells, and interferon gamma, which will allow the recruitment of the monocytes and get converted into the epithelioid macrophages along with the collar of lymphocytes and result in the formation of the characteristic granuloma, right? So we will see that first class I told you about the cytokines were the interleukins. Sometimes it gets very confusing to remember the function of all the interleukins. So just I have tried to make a mnemonic which can help you remember it, right? If you just remember that when you are going to college, what your mother says, she will say, first take bath, eat and go, take new car, money and phone, right? So you can remember F. If you can also remember one for first. So F for fever. Interleukin 1 is the most pyrogenic cytokine, right? Second, it is the most important cytokine responsible for the systemic effects of inflammation. So 1 is very important. In fact, it is the most important pyrogenic cytokine. Interleukin 2. 2, can you remember? It also has T. So it helps in T cell stimulation. We have already studied it in the previous diagram that interleukin 2 is released by these T helper cells, which will further allow the stimulation and proliferation of the existing T cells. 3, can you remember? Bone marrow stimulation. 3 words are there. Bone marrow stimulation, interleukin 3. Then interleukin 4, 5, 6, can you remember? These are the antibody secreting, eat and go, IgE, IgA, IgG. In fact, interleukin 5 is also responsible for eosinophil recruitment. Eosinophil 7. Take, can you remember? T for T cell development in the thymus. Very important question commonly asked is interleukin 8, that is neutrophil chemotaxis. It helps in the chemotaxis of the neutrophils to the site of inflammation. 9 for mast cell activation. 10, you have to remember, very important commonly asked question. It is a very important anti-inflammatory cytokine. So it causes from 1 to 0, it nullifies inflammation. It is an anti-inflammatory cytokine. Interleukin 11, phone, platelet activation or megakaryocyte activation. Interleukin 12, further, right, don't come late, right? Or you can also remember that phone to college, Th1 differentiation and cytotoxic lymphocyte. You can remember differentiation of T lymphocytes as well as cytotoxic lymphocyte activation, right? Next, tumor necrosis factor family, TNF family. It has TNF alpha, beta, gamma, CD40 ligand and vascular endothelial growth inhibitor. TNF alpha is another subset which plays important role in the innate immunity. In fact, two commonly asked questions in TNF alpha are, one, it causes sepsis, and second, it causes apoptosis. So important role of TNF alpha, sepsis and apoptosis. Next, TNF beta, it induces inflammation, development of secondary lymphoid organs and role in tumorigenesis. TNF gamma again has a very important antiviral response. CD40 ligand, you already remember, it is causing promotion or activation of B cell function and maturation, and last will be which inhibits the growth of the vessels. Right. Third is chemokines. You need to remember chemokines are a subset of cytokines. Chemokines are a subset of cytokines, right? These are around 10 kilodalton size proteins. How much are cytokines? These are around 30 kilodalton proteins in size. So chemokines are comparatively smaller proteins which act as chemoattractants. So these are subset of cytokines which are comparatively small in size and they act as chemoattractants. That means they create a chemical gradient so that leukocytes follow this chemical gradient from the circulation to the site of inflammation. They will follow this gradient caused by these chemokines. Four categories you have to remember: C, right, C/C and CXC and CX3C based on the location of the carbon, and you need to remember all of them. In fact, interleukin 8 is a very commonly asked question. In fact, fractalkinin, all of them have been asked separately, and you need to remember this subcategory of chemokines. Next, interferon. Type 1 and type 2 interferon. Type 1 interferons comprise of alpha and beta which are produced in response to the viral infections, and type 2 interferons gamma which increases phagocytosis by the macrophages, right? So, alpha and beta are type 1. So, how are they causing this reaction? Interferons, that means they interfere with the viral activity. Once this cell is able to recognize the virus, they will release these interferons which will cause the other cells to get activated and release antiviral molecules. These antiviral molecules will try to contain the infection of the virus. Thus, they interfere with the viral replication, and with this term only you can understand the importance of interferons as an antiviral property, right? So interferon gamma, right, if you remember, it increases phagocytosis by macrophages and it does have a very important role during the granuloma formation also. Next, fever causing cytokines. How do these cause fever? Most important, interleukin 1, then interleukin 6 and TNF, right? They will activate the endothelium of the hypothalamus, increase the production of prostaglandin E2, and thus activation or increase in the amount of cyclic AMP, thus increases the thermoregulatory set point and causes fever. So how is it causing fever? By the induction of prostaglandin E2 and increasing the concentration of CAMP, cyclic AMP, right? Fever causing potential, if all of these are in the options, what do you need to remember? One for first, it is a most important pyrogenic cytokine, right? Anti-inflammatory cytokines, very important. All of these are asked separately: interleukin 12, 13, 4, TGF beta, right? Cytokines involved in acute inflammation are TNF, interleukin 1, 6, chemokines and interleukin 17. Cytokines involved in chronic inflammation, if you remember, granuloma formation. These are the two important cytokines involved in granuloma formation. Interleukin 17 is involved in both acute and chronic inflammation. Hematopoetic cytokines are the fifth subcategory which comprises of interleukins, erythropoietin, thrombopoietin and colony stimulating factors. Now the questions come. Cytokines, first is, it includes interleukins? Yes. Right? Produced only in sepsis? No. It is produced in many other conditions. They are complex proteins? Yes. So multiple correct options. They have highly specific action? No. One cytokine can affect multiple cells, right? So first and third are correct. Next, febrile response in CNS is mediated by bacterial toxin? Yes. It is an exogenous pyrogenic potential agent. Interleukin 1, very important. In fact, the most important pyrogenic cytokine. Interferons? Yes. Tumor necrosis factor? Yes. So all of them are correct, right? Next, eosinophils are activated, I told you, interleukin 5. Along with that, it also increases IgA production. Inflammatory mediator of generalized systemic inflammation. I told you most important cytokine number 1, interleukin 1. All the cytokines except these we have already studied under the 5 categories of cytokines. So monoclonal antibody is not a cytokine type. Interleukin secreted by macrophages stimulating lymphocytes. So which one is the interleukin here, right? And out of that, interleukin 1 has a very important role stimulating lymphocytes and secreted by macrophages.